Do you want to play Wii games on your Switch at 2 FPS? Or maybe use Discord? No? Oh. Well, today I'm going to show you how to get Android on your modded Nintendo Switch. And once you do, you can make a video called I Turned My Nintendo Switch into a Phone and get 1 million views for some reason. This guide is for installing Android 11. The instructions for Android 14 and 15 are different, so check the link in the description if you're interested in getting those versions. But to get Android 11, here's everything you need. A modded Nintendo Switch with Hekate, a micro SD card with over 16 gigabytes of space remaining, a computer, a USB-C cable for transferring files, and to like and subscribe. No, seriously, it says that on the website. Before we start, I'm going to explain how to back up your emunand, as installing Android deletes it. But if you don't have an emunand, feel free to skip to whatever the text on screen says. To back up your emunand, go to Tools, Backup eMMC, select emuMMC raw partition, then backup emuMMC boot 0 and boot 1, and emuMMC raw GPP. After that's complete, you'll have a backup folder on your SD card. Now get your USB-C cable and head over to Tools, USB Tools, SD card, and plug your Switch into your computer. Now drag everything on your SD card to your computer. I'm not going to back up my Nintendo folder because it will take 1 billion years to transfer, but make sure to back up the album folder inside the Nintendo folder to keep your screenshots. You'll have to reinstall your games, but you won't lose any save data. And once they transfer, you can delete the backup folder from your Switch. Once that's done, safely eject your SD card, press close, and go to home. Well, that's all the filler steps out the way, so now it's actually time to get Android. To get Android, click the first link in the description, download NXTab Beta, and extract the zip.
Ban? No.
On your Switch in Hekate, go to NIC settings and press dump Joy-Con BT. Now we'll create the partition for Android. To do this, go to Tools, Partition SD card, and drag the Android slider to at least 16 gigabytes. You can make it bigger if you have the space, but 16 gigabytes is the minimum. And if you had an emunand, drag the emuMMC slider to 29. And now with these partitions set up, press Next Step, Legacy, and then Start. And then press the power button. And there you go. Now that it's complete, you want to get your USB-C cable ready again and press SDUMS. And then plug your Switch into your computer. On your computer, you're going to drag the extracted Android folder to your SD card. So open up the folder, highlight everything that's inside of it, and drag it to your SD card. And while we wait for this to finish, you can actually set up the backup folder that you're going to use if you backed up your emunand. So by default, inside the backup folder, you will see this folder, and then inside here, you will see emuMMC and Restore. So take this emuMMC folder and drag it into the Restore folder. And then once you do that, drag the backup back onto your Switch's SD card. And this is also the time to drag back in any other folders you might have backed up. And once that's done, safely eject your SD card, and then on your Switch, press Flash Android, and then continue. Hopefully it works. Let's go, it worked. And now press continue again, and it's loading into Android. You are almost there. Almost, but you haven't liked the video yet, so it's gonna crash if you don't do that. And then once you see this screen, press factory reset, format data / factory reset, format data. And then once it finishes, it'll take you back to this screen, and then do format system partition. And then yes. And then press the back arrow, apply update, and then do choose from Switch SD. And here you will select the lineage 18.1.zip, and then choose yes. And there you go, it's finished. So now let's press this back arrow and then choose reboot system now. And this will boot you back into Hekate. And in Hekate, before we boot into Android, you can restore your emunand if you backed it up. This will take like 20 minutes, so you don't have to do it right now. You can first see if Android works. But to restore your emunand, you're gonna go to Tools, Restore eMMC, select SD emuMMC raw partition, and then restore emuMMC boot 0 and boot 1, and then raw GPP. This was the part that will take like 20 minutes. And then after that finishes, you press close, and then we can see if Android works. In Hekate, if we go over to the More Configs option, we now see Lineage OS as an option. So if we press this, we should boot into Android if everything worked. So let's do it. And there we go, it is loading. It takes a while to boot up on the first startup, but now we can just go through the setup process. I'm gonna uncheck all of these because there's no point in having them checked, and then go to accept. And there we are now inside Android. And for the launcher, I'm gonna choose Tree Budget, if that's how you say it. But to switch between the launchers, just double press the home button. And one thing I like to turn on, especially if I'm gonna be emulating games, is performance mode. So to do this, go to Settings, System, advanced, switch configuration, and turn on performance mode. And that's about all I know for Switch Android, so you're on your own for the rest. Well, there you have it. Android 11 is now running on your Nintendo Switch. I hope you found this video helpful, and if you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more modding content. Bye.